Alright, hey there guys, and welcome back to another episode. So this is started off this day running into a flotilla of balloons here, as you can see. And as I retrieved these and started popping them, I'm just going to show you some clips from the previous week that I did get out on the kayak. So prior to this date, it's, July 10th, got out there in the morning, and we explored a little bit. But didn't really get on a great deal of fish. We caught a few stray sea bass, and then went a bit shallower, found some fluke, and of course along with sea robins and porgies. But here I'm just showing you, some of the minor highlights. Catching the sea bass on the gulp jerk shad. I think that was a sardine color. And then as we went in shallower, I caught both flukes also with, I think, a white gulp jerk shad. This fluke was pretty small. He had a interesting dot on his head. I don't know what it was. It almost felt like a bone sticking out or something. So you see it right there. But yeah, that guy was pretty small. And I don't recall seeing much bait. The water temps were probably around 70 degrees at the surface. But all in all, it was a fun day out there, and it did help me learn a lot of, where some of these fish were holding, so that when I went back out on this day, the 17th, I kind of had an idea where I could find the porgies. You see, that fluke was about 18 inches, and yeah, I didn't really mess with fluke on this day, though, because the water was just so dirty. Some people asking, what do I check for the weather apps? This is just the Weather Channel app. I go down to like hourly, click wind. It gives me this chart. So here's my wind window. It's pretty much from 5 a.m. to 10. Oh, even 11's only 4. So definitely don't want to be really in the middle of the sound, I think, around this time. I feel like, under 5 miles an hour and it's fine. And then I use a wind finder. And I go here. Make sure you're on the super forecast. It's not really showing now, but it's on the super forecast. It goes hourly. So you can see here it's saying 1, 2, 1, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 5 miles an hour, 9 a.m., 3 miles an hour, 11 a.m., still 1, it's saying, 12, 2. So wind finder is saying that it's not picking up until like the afternoon, like 2 o'clock. Weather Channel app says it's gonna start picking up around like 11. So yeah, I basically merged the two and, check the night before and check in the morning even, just to make sure nothing changed. But my guess would be wind probably will pick up around like noon. But I'll definitely be heading in towards shore probably by around 10. I'll just keep it on the safe side, give myself an extra hour in case something happens out here. But if your engine breaks, as you're about to leave, so you got like a much farther pedal than you were anticipating, and it's going to take you longer. So that kind of thing. You always want to give yourself time. Don't try to rush things. Wow, just look how calm it is. No one out here. It's definitely something there. We were in like 80 feet, now we're at 67. And what's crazy is I'm moving at 0.7, 0.8, but I can feel it underneath there. It's Probably moving at 2 miles an hour down at the bottom. It's moving very fast. Alright, so as you may have guessed, I'm fishing a wreck right now in about 80 feet of water. Pretty deep, pretty far. I haven't tried it before. It is marked, and yeah, unfortunately, there were no sea bass on it. There really wasn't any life on it. I didn't mark really much at all in terms of life. But yeah, I gave it about like an hour. And then, yeah, I gave up and started heading back in. So, yeah, I'll save you the hour of boredom. Right there, that was just seaweed. Yeah, got my hopes high for a second. Alright, so not much happening at the wreck. So I'm moving in a lot closer. And you see that little divot there? And that little divot, that's like a pipeline, and it pretty much carries across for a pretty long time. And my guess is that when they went to go install that pipeline, they had to excavate it, dig down a little bit to bury it, and maybe in that process they uncovered some boulders, created sort of a ledge. So let's see if there's anything down there. We're gonna work this pipeline area. And there's a lot of bunker around here too, so it's a good sign. Do maybe want to snag a bunker, use some strip bait. Alright, so let's throw metal here at this ledge. 1 ounce. This is a 1 ounce sting nose. I think the guy over at Thunder Mist Lures, he's got a YouTube. I think his name's Evo at Thunder Mist Lures. They use these all the time. Catch a lot of sea bass, scup, all kinds of fish. Mostly in Buzzards Bay. But let's see if we can find a fish or two here on the metal. Oh, right away. Right away. That did not take long. First drop. Literally the first pickup was a porgy. And he's a little small, so we're gonna let him go. That was pretty cool though. It's a good sign too. It definitely means that fish can see this thing. I do like gold when it's overcast. I think this thing falls like a kind of in between like a spoon and an epoxy jig. I think it does flutter down. Oh. But it has a little bit more of a slender profile. I just got smacked before. Just letting it fall on slack line is key. That's to allow it to flutter. Otherwise, it'll just sink straight down. There we go. Ah, dang it. Dropped him. He's swimming a little funny. Could have foul hooked it. Definitely a lot more bunker out here than last weekend. Got one. Uh-oh, this feels heavy now. I think I may have gotten, yeah, I got something bigger. It feels like a bass. Yeah, it's definitely a big bass. Oh, that's crazy. There's big bass that are still lurking on these bunker schools. Did not mean to catch them like this. I just wanted a bunker for strip bait. This could be an overslot. It's definitely a big bass. I didn't even like tie the treble on that good. Wow, it's a big bass. Oh, man. Man, I wish I... Oh, man. Oh, man. He is monstrous. Really hope he didn't inhale the treble. No, good. He's got it pretty close to his. Gotta measure him, and I'll tag him too. Oh, whew. He's a big boy. Yeah. I mean, he's probably 37 incher. This. Okay. Nice bass. Nice bass. He's clamping down. Oh yeah, biting. Alright. Well, that was fun. Still didn't get my bunker though. Really didn't. He really did not take long to smack that. I mean, it's like kind of my fault for casting so far. Just cut this part off a little bit. There you go. Don't need to go all the way up on the head. Just gonna ruin it. Should be able to catch some porgies now. There we go. Stuck him. Foul hook porgy. There we go. Wow. This is fouled properly. It's a good one. Oh boy, waves coming in. Yeah, it's a pretty good porgy. It's about 11 and a half. I'll keep him just because I screwed up his eye a little bit. Don't want to be releasing maimed fish. Just need a couple. Porgies on the screen. Definitely think I could use something better to catch them. I'm tempted to go for the metal. If I can find a smaller metal. Tiny. Alright guys, here we go. I mean, I can catch them on jerk sheds. Could probably catch them on Mackinaw. I can catch them on gulp, but I haven't caught them on metal in a while. So let's give that a go. I mean, this screen is loaded. That's it though. I can feel them hitting it. What you can do is you'll feel them on the drop. All of a sudden, like, more line starts coming out quick, or the line just stops shorter than what you would anticipate. And that's kind of how you know they picked it up. This massive amount of school. There we go. And usually it's the bigger ones that hit the flash too. But you do lose a lot. You know, they have small mouths. This metal is a tiny little treble hook. There we go. That's a good fighter. Ah, man. Left it off again. That was a good one. Definitely culling the big one, it seems. Or I'm just fouling everything. Just totally possible. Oh. Oh yeah. All right. That's the size we're looking for. Put him on the bleeder string. It's probably like a 12, 13 incher. There we go. Oh, you saw that? All of a sudden the line just took out more line quickly. That's a porgy hitting it and running. Unfortunately, he didn't get hooked. Oh, man. I'm telling you, sometimes they just annihilate it. We're in 25 feet of water right now. This jig is just under an ounce. It's 7/8. A micro butterfly style jig. You just want something that flutters, that's what matters. You want fluttering action. Epoxy jigs don't do as good as something that's a flat piece of metal like this. Epoxy jigs will work, but they sink a lot quicker. I mean, my screen is absolutely lit up with porgies. Porgies are all over the place in here. But the trick is that a lot of them are small, so you kind of have to cull out the big ones. And I find that the metal does a great job of that. And if you watch some of my older underwater videos of porgies, they attack flash pretty aggressively, and they will fight each other to attack a flash, and it's always the biggest porgy like down there. Yeah, using a metal jig can be quite effective. Just your arm's gonna get tired unless you're using a lightweight rod. Look at all that. What is that? It's gotta be bait. Oh, that's a good one. he's decent. Now I don't even have trouble. That was dumb. Who knows, maybe it'll even work better. I was just about to like change hands. I was getting tired. Yeah. It's small. Yeah. Almost. Oh man. Oh yeah. He's small. Alright. Let's try. I got like seriously 3 minutes left, and I gotta go. See if I can get just like one more keeper. Yeah, no like stellar performance on the Porgies, but I didn't really get to fish for him for that long. But yeah, that's kind of like the game that's in town, which is typical of summer. You know, I struck out at the wreck for the sea bass, and then thankfully on the way back in, found some bunker pods, and you know, I was just messing around. I just wanted to catch a bunker for bait, and within seconds of hooking it, it just felt super heavy. So we caught that bass, and that was cool. But thankfully he didn't swallow the trouble either. Summer's tough around here, and gets a little busy for me, so I don't push it that much. I don't fish as much as I do in the spring and fall. Definitely have some different types of areas, I think, coming up. So looking forward to that. Let's just see you on the next one. Thanks again, everybody.